Nikos Rentas here, mentorsapproach.com. Thank you for all the emails I've been getting over the last few weeks. I've made a lot of videos, but I'm starting to roll out a whole bunch and as I respond to everybody. So here we go. This one is an email from a lady that is in that process of looking at what to do next. She's been a mother for a long time, as she states, and now she's looking at what's next for me and what's possible. And there's a fear factor there that she has, and we're going to address that fear factor that people have with what happens when you're reaching a certain age and you're kind of like, hey, the kids are moving out of the house. What do we do next? So here you go. I'm a 45-year-old single mother with the last of my two kids moving out for school. I read your posts on Instagram all the time, and I get discouraged of how easy you make it seem to make changes in your life. I get that. All I see is a wall. I have always worked 2 to 3 jobs, and with the help of my parents and my ex-husband's parents, have been able to raise my boys. I am wondering, as a 45-year-old female, what direction would you suggest? That's right. You just described a typical growth pattern of somebody getting married and having kids and going through a divorce and not being in a career already and working a couple jobs, trying to make ends meet and everybody helping out in a family unit. You were blessed to have both parents, be there and work with you on it. And you got 2 kids to university. That right, or getting them to university. That right there is a great accomplishment. And that is something that you got to look at yourself and say, I did that. Now what's next? And because I did that, I can really do whatever the fuck I want. I can do a lot of fucking things. I am awesome. And that's what you need to be thinking. That's the route, the direction you're taking in success. And that's what I want you to be thinking. You did all that. That's like a long time. That's like 20 years of your life. And now you're there, you're there. You can go to the next level of your life. You're only 45. Think about that. I've always wanted a degree, but I feel too old and I want to travel, which I have not been able to do. I have looked into college to finish a program that has shorter programs to find an actual office job. What do you think? Will my experience hurt my chances of getting a job right away? Okay, so you're looking at something that's more office geared. I wish you had provided more details here. An office job is not that complicated to get, depending on the office job that you want. And realistically speaking, you go in steps. It's baby step approach. And you could look at something that you go into a field of being a law clerk, being a paralegal, being something along the lines of an office administrator. And the programs are 2, 3, 4 years. An extent if you go to university, but like a law clerk, 12 months, 6 months for some of them. Like you can look at different things like that, and you can say to yourself, I'm going to go do that, start there. I'm going to go find a job, and those jobs can pay anywhere between 35 to 75. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, you don't know where you're going to go get a job and land something that's really good. And at the end of the day, some of these programs have co-op, and you can actually go try it out. What I would suggest is actually sitting down and looking at all the different events that are happening in your area for meetups, for anything that is related to actually going out there and networking. Go out and look at what everybody is doing. Go meet women your age. Okay, go meet these women and ask them, what are you doing? Do you like it? That is a powerful place to be, okay? Because you have no expectations. You have nothing going for you in the terms of I need to go out to these networking events and say, hey, so I went to paralegal and I'm looking for a job. No, you're going out there and you're saying, I'm here so I can get your advice. And people will give their advice to you free. It's great. They'll even go sit down for a coffee with you. I do it all the time. I'll meet somebody at a networking event and they're like, I love what you do. How do you do it? And then I'm like, here's my card. Let's meet down for a coffee. I'm half an hour, no problem. Tell me what you're going through, and I'll tell you this is, the field I'm in. This is how you do it. If I go to a project management an event, there's project managers there that have my designation. I got to support the cause. So I will spend that half an hour. If they want to get into details with me, then yeah, I got to do the coaching stuff. But, I walk them through opportunities that exist. And I did this. I do this because other people have done this for me. And I would not be where I am if people hadn't done that for me. And I'm really thankful for it. And I still do it. If I go out and I see somebody who is at the next level where I want to be one day, I'm going to sit down and be like, this is what I've been doing. Can you help me out? I just want some guidance and see where I'm at so I can get their opinions. And once I get their opinions, now I have a different view of where I'm at, so I can actually go to the next level and see where I can take it to. What will this bring? It will bring you the opportunity to see different fields, different things that you could do. I can tell you right now, the other day I was talking with somebody that's really close to me about what they're doing and where they're going, and they gave all these different ideas. And the next day, I went out and I was at the pharmacy, and this lady is just like a pharmacy clerk. And I asked her, do you love what you do? She goes, I love it. I come in, I help people with what they need, and I help the pharmacists. I don't really need to know all the medications. I don't need to know all that, but I know enough to help that 60, 70, 80-year-old person so they don't screw up their medications. And I love it. They ask me the questions, and when I don't know, I go and ask the pharmacist. It's great. She had fulfillment out of her job. And I asked her when she got into it, and she said, I just moved back to Canada about 10 years ago, and yeah, I think I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. I got another 5 years, and I think I'm going to stay on for another 5 after. I love what I do. So clearly she's only been doing it for about 10 years. That is something on its own in the similar position you are at. And she did it at 55? I'm 50, 55, whatever, right? You can go find different areas where you can jump into and have that steady income of $50, $60, $70,000 and then be able to go travel. And you can do all that within a couple of years. And that will give you enough time to get your kids to school, situate them well so they know, hey, now you're at school, you're free. You're free, go. Now I can go be free and go. And by the looks of it, you didn't talk about any relationships. You didn't talk about anything like that. But this is where you will have your free time. And through networking and going out to these meetups and then start to travel, you will meet more people and most likely meet somebody that you can start attract. You'll attract more people to you that are similar to you that you would love to spend the rest of your life with. And I think that's where at that age, everybody I talk to, everybody I meet, that's where we head to. And that's what we want to try and do. And the fear that you're talking about, and the change happening, when you talked about, I read your posts on Instagram, I get discouraged. I post those things so people get pumped up. I post those things so somebody who is discouraged will say, hey, this guy's doing it. People are listening to him. They're doing it. Let me go do it. And that's why I post them. And I want you to start looking at posts like that and anything you read as that motivational push that other people are doing it. And if other people are doing it, I'm going to do it. Why? Because I just spent all these years raising these 2 kids, working 2 jobs, getting shit done, and I can go do the things I want to do now. Going back to school is a great thing. Going back and doing and working on more letters is a great thing. For everybody else who is on a 4-year degree and they're, I'm working at a business and I'm working at this business and I hate working as an administrative assistant, go look for your next opportunity. Spend the money on education to have another set of letters so you can go jump into something else. Okay? It is not a waste of time because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what the end results and what opportunities will come out of it. And that is what we all look for. That is how you find your purpose in life, is by finding the opportunities that exist. So take the time to look at everything and say, I have about 2 years, 3 years to be where I want to be. And I'm 45. I'm a woman living in a world where everybody wants to help. And I can take advantage of that help and move into a position that is going to take my life to the next level where I want it to be. And you know what? that travel you want will happen, and your kids getting to university easier will happen, and looking for that next partner of yours will happen. All that stuff around you will happen if you just say, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and go plan it out. If you want to get on a coach call with me, I'd be more than happy to walk you through your detailed situation and give you opportunities of what you want to do. Make this list, and what I would be doing right now is, before we get on a coach call, make a list of all the things you've thought of you'd like to do, and what research you've done of what you would need to go to do that. And then how long would it take you to get a job in that field? And from there, so do all this, and from there, now you can make more decisions. And then when we do talk, or when you talk to a coach, or when you talk to somebody else who is helping you, maybe, like family, friends, anybody who has experience in directions and change, they'll help you a lot easier when they know what you want to do, what you like to do, the things that pump you up, the things that make you wake up in the morning and say, fuck, my life is great. This is where I want to be. And go for it. Go for it, and don't ever knock down the fact that you just had 20 some years of your life, raising 2 awesome kids and having 2-3 jobs at a time just to make ends meet, because you did it and you made it, and now the next step is coming. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Thank you.